See him? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home red state update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
Hey, welcome to Red State Update. My name's Jackie Bros.
Jackie, this is Dunlap.
I know.
I'm the host of the Red State Update podcast.
Yeah, I know who you are. Yeah. You ain't got to tell me.
I just wanted to let you know that I did not pay attention to any of the news this week or the last couple of weeks. I've been very busy doing different, I wouldn't want to call them drugs. I'd call them lifestyle choices.
Wow.
Partying is what we used to do. It that encompassed everything. That's what we used to do it when we called it something was partying. That's what we used to do it when we called it something when we did it. We said, "What are you doing? Do it to it." Partying. That's what we called it. And partying meant drugs, drinking,
all right,
any kind of fornicating. Wanted to do everything. Everything kind of went under the umbrella term partying. And now I think you go, "What are you doing?" "Well, getting high." Get high, what pot? You got to be too specific. Even getting high kind of implies, I think, these days, pot. But if you listen to old songs, I could go off, Jackie, on the history of getting fucked up.
All right.
But let me just say that I've spent a lot of time in the recent past partying.
Okay.
And I wanted to let you know that I feel like it's my job to bring story ideas to the table. People may not know how we do this, but we have pitch meetings. We sit around. I throw things out to you. And Jackie, let's really break down these bills that Joe Manchin won't let get passed. Let's just really drill down into the minutia of working Washington or not working Washington, as the case may be. Is that too wry for our podcast? And we go back and forth on topics like that. And I just want to say, Jackie, I have no idea what's been going on. So, but I'll tell you what, I bet there's nothing you could tell me where I wouldn't go, "Oh, that's surprising, how bleak that is. Oh, that's fucked up. That happened in today's society. Oh,
right.
I never would have. You really caught me off guard with how depressing those headlines are. I just don't think that would I think what would happen if all right, well, I didn't see that coming, but so be it. So, Jackie, all right, I know that you've really been keeping up. You on the TV watching all them CNN hosts.
No, I did. Look, I ain't condoning your behavior, but partying, and I ain't been partying. But if you is, if anybody gonna be a partying, the last thing you're gonna do while you're doing that, looking at CNN. Like if you had a party somewhere and everybody had a good time, and there's CNN on TV, somebody gonna say turn that off at some point. It don't go together. But
even if you're at a Cuomo's house.
Yeah, it does, especially there. I got to hear this 24/7. I don't you put it on the damn TV too? No, sir. When he had COVID, that's the happiest family ever was. In the basement down there. Of course, they could, I'm sure he had an intercom or something.
Shouldn't he have been fired at some point? Like for several points, but more recently, shouldn't he? Why is he still on there?
First, he helped his brother out, stay in office. He went out of his way to make little videos and help him and say this and say that. And it looked pretty bad. But then it come out, well, it turns out he told him to resign. So I guess CNN said, well, he told him to resign. Let's keep him on here for a little bit longer. What's Don Lemon going to do? It's hard to throw something to Don Lemon. Who are we going to hire to throw something to Don Lemon?
Now, I know Don Lemon has... Wait, did Don Lemon ever say anything to Cuomo? Like, you shouldn't have done that, buddy.
I hope so, but I don't watch it enough to know. I wouldn't know. Probably not.
I don't watch enough. Why? What's the reason, if I were CNN, to hang on to Chris Cuomo? Like, what do they gain by that?
It can't be ratings. It can't be like he coming. like a bullet right after Edison Cooper straight to the top. I mean, I don't know. None of that. I don't know why they got any of them on there. And not that I hate them all. I just don't know.
That's a good point. Why is any of them on there? I guess I guess you have to pretend if you're CNN, like you think you're doing a good job.
Hey, of course
if they come to you and are like, why don't you just get rid of Cuomo? You got to be like, oh, no, that'll never work. We've thought about this. You can't just be like what the reality is. Like, well, fuck, I guess so. Why not?
Watch your mouth. Half of what CNN is them reminding you that they ain't as bad as Fox. That's literally half of the 24 hours that it's on. And the other 24 hours is them repeating the same thing over and over and over again. You don't need all of them. You don't need but one of them. If you had to pick one of them, who would you keep? I mean, I'm going to say Frederica. I don't know her last name, Frederica, on the weekends. I like her. She just comes in on Saturday, bless her heart. I don't have to see her all damn week if I'm trying to keep up a news. Frederica on the weekends, she should just do it all the time and just do 1 2-hour show what the news was that day. Not even 2 hours, an hour. And then just show that over and over again. Ain't nobody going to know the difference.
And they do. I don't remember what they did back when Ted Turner run it, and it was like just on in like Marietta. But it couldn't have been worse than this. I think it came on at a weird time, like 7 minutes past the hour, and it was Bill Tush reading the headlines for 15 minutes. Go back to that. That's better than this. Nobody cares. Like the other 24 hours is people tuning in going, what, this guy's still on? Or like, this is supposed to be good. I like Don Lemon. I don't have anything against Don Lemon. Let Don Lemon do it. Don Lemon and Frederica, they do the whole thing.
Sure.
One does 15 minutes and then another does the other 15 minutes. And they just read the same thing. And you just know you can tune in at the top of the hour.
Well, you got to give them at least 15 to 20 minutes to hand it off to one another.
Yeah, right. That's right. Yes. Well, why don't you just do that? Forget the news. Just have them hand it off to each other.
Take it away, Frederica. Sure thing, Don. Hey, Don. Yeah. Here, right back at you. Well, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, that'd be a good. I'd watch
better
that.
than what's on there right now, I guarantee you.
Yeah. Well, we fix CNN, but Jackie, people aren't here at this podcast show to listen to us fix the problems of America's most trusted news source. Is that CNN? Is that another one?
I don't know.
They're here for our takes on the news, Jackie, and people are really excited to hear your hot takes on everything that's been going on, including me. So lay it on me, brother. I know it's going to be rough, but I can take it.
Just because I don't party and just because I don't drugs, don't mean that I won't sit and look at CNN for 2 weeks. Maybe I decided to turn it off, do other things.
Like what? Go see James Bond?
No, I'm mad at that. Come on the TV. I love to go to see my James Bond. Come on TV. Only in theaters. Well, you put it on the TV like other. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I got vaccinated. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. It makes me mad to put it out in the theater. Get in the theater. No, you go out in the theater. You go watch your own movie in all these theaters across the country and get sick. I ain't going to do it, especially here in Tennessee.
You didn't like going to theaters anyway.
That's the only good thing come out of. I made popcorn and all that stuff, sure, but for the most part, the only good thing come out of pandemic for me is like there's more stuff to look on the TV. Like, well, all right, it comes straight to the TV. That makes more sense.
Where do you complain about the price of a Coke now? How do you make 16-year-olds feel bad about themselves when they sell you some popcorn, Jackie? How do you when you trip over a spit cup working your way to your seat? What theater auditorium full of people do you startle with your shrill shrieks and curses? And by curses, I mean a hell damn occasional ass.
It ain't that much of a traumatic experience to go to a movie with me. Good Lord. You make it like, and good for me. If a 16-year-old goes up to his boss and starts questioning things, good. That's what you're supposed to do, question things.
Yeah, it makes them question capitalism. Like there's nothing that's worth this, and yet my life still has value.
Well,
you created a whole generation of socialists, Jackie. Every time you went to see the damn new Pixar.
I'm just capitalism, so be it what it is. But like it's I guess the movie. The big people who make the movies make all the money, and the only thing that the theater gets is the popcorn money. Because that you pay that $9-10 for popcorn, it costs them about maybe 50 cents to make it. That's all I'm saying. That's just what it is. You buy this soda, you get free refill. Well, I ain't gonna drink that much. That's too big. Ain't nobody ought to drink that, and I ain't trying to be,
Andy Rudy
or Michelle Obama, whoever it is, don't want you to drink.
All right.
Big gulp. I can't remember who it was. Might well have been her. But too much, I ain't going to pay that much for that. Medium's fine, thank you. I don't need to refill the medium over and over again. And anyone that's going to refill something that big, like a horse trough over and over again, drink it, they're going to wind up in the hospital for too long drinking that mess.
So you didn't see James Bond?
No, I ain't going to no movie theater till the people get vaccinated, which I guess I ain't ever going to a movie theater again.
Guess not.
It'll be on TV. It'll be on sooner than later. They were sitting there at James Bond. That's going to make all the money. Here it comes. Going to make all the big money. Going to show everybody, look, everybody get out, go to the theater. Don't matter, get sick. Don't wear a mask. Clean your hands, whatever it is. Pay as much as you want for popcorn. And sure enough, it called like what it made like with that movies nowadays. They need $100 billion or something like that to make it to even pay for itself or whatever. And they said it didn't even make it. Made a little over 50 million. And then that old Kill Halloween thing come out. It made 50 million. But that don't cost a fraction of what the old James Bond costs to make that. They make that all over the world. Kill Halloween, they just make it up down the street.
I'd like to see James Bond take Michael Myers on. Who you think will win that fight?
That's hard one there. I don't know. He ever fought all them villains that he fought in every 25 one of them James Bond movies. The two that ain't real. I don't count them. I call 25 of them. Every one of them villains, wasn't none of them as mean as Michael Myers was.
They've also never had James Bond spying on monsters, like sneaking into a castle. Have they? They might have.
Jaws was a monster, wasn't he?
He was a monster. He should be up there with the...
They could have made a spinoff on him, just like no different Michael Myers. Jaws walking up down the street, come in the house and kill you. That's just as scary. Yeah, he ain't even got to wear no mask.
He's got jaws.
Got his teeth. His real face is scary as hell, yeah.
Because you can't keep him out. Well, like, he'll come eat through the window, eat through the door. He put metal up there. I got a metal window now. He'll eat through the metal window.
You got bars on to cold your window. Michael Myers be sitting there messing with that knife or whatever. The dogs get a hold of that bar to bite right through.
You put bars on your window, Jaws show up and start ducking napkin in his shirt.
Yeah.
Go, dinner time.
He'll get you, yeah.
Where he comes with little salt and pepper shakers, start putting them on the bars. You're like, shit, he's seasoning them. We're in trouble now. Jaws going to eat right through them bars. You know how Jaws does. Jaws, another monster I think would have been good. They never did nothing with this, and they left a lot of money on the table. The MGM lion. Why didn't they turn him off into a monster?
They got the rights to that. They should put it in every front of every movie. Why not just make it its own movie?
Rampaging MGM lion. I'd like to see James Bond take on the MGM lion.
Yeah. Now,
there's a lot of monsters that they didn't give, like the Universal monsters. Like Frankenstein is a monster. He hangs out with his monster friends, Dracula, Creature from the Black Lagoon. There's a bunch of them. You know they're monsters because they call them monsters and they live with other monsters in a monster house. There's a bunch of things like the MGM lion and Jaws, who could also be monsters. They just didn't get their branding was all fucked up.
Watch him out. What do you mean the branding?
Like if people had called the MGM line Tinseltown's cruelest monster, then we'd know that he's a monster and we could be prepared for him.
It's a line. Well, it ain't a monster, though. It's a line.
Well, you could say Frankenstein was just a dead person sewed together.
That's a monster. When you bring back, when dead person come back alive for zombie, Frankenstein, that's the same thing. That's a monster.
You could say Creature from the Black Lagoon was just a...
No, monster.
I mean, there's probably a name for what he is.
Monster.
Some kind of fish.
Monster.
Well, why can't the lion be a monster?
Because it's a lion. All right, Jaws is a monster because it's bigger than a regular shark.
He has dental problems. That's it. Oh, you're talking about Jaws the shark. Or Jaws?
Yeah. He's an animal, too, but he...
Okay. We need to clarify because we're talking about two different Jawses.
I know. I didn't mean to confuse you. There's Jaws shark and Jaws man. That's how we keep separate from here on out. Yeah.
But is Jaws man monster? Or is Jaws man
he
man?
is. Look at him.
Jaws,
you really gonna take how long you gonna take to decide? He's coming at you. Here you are, walk down the street, doing your business. Jaws starts coming towards you. How long are you gonna spend sitting there trying to decide whether he's a monster or not? Immediately, monster. I'm running.
I guess if a lion is attacking you, if you sitting out in the damn grass and here comes a lion, that gives you plenty of time to decide. Oh, what terminology should I use?
I ain't going to go. Nothing against Africa and out there in the jungle. I'm not going to go out there. It's dangerous.
You sound like you get Wayne LaPierre out there in the jungle. He's got people to shoot the monsters for him.
I'm scared he'd shoot me. I don't want to be out there with it's either the animals themselves or crazy people trying to kill the animals. I don't have nothing to do with it. Keep me out of that.
So that would be Jaws the man, Jaws the shark, the MGM lion. Those are three good monsters to team up and take on James Bond.
The MGM, that's a lion. That ain't a... If he got a radiation or something, give him something to make him a little more, something.
They ain't done a lot of good lion movies, have they? Am I forgetting some good lion movies?
The only one I know of has that, and I can't even remember seeing it, sit through it. That's old Michael Douglas.
Oh, yeah.
Him and the Doors, whatever it is. They was hunting them or something, lions or tigers or something. I don't know.
Also,
darkness, ghosts in darkness, ghosts in the darkness.
Why didn't they call it the lion in the dark?
I don't know. That don't make no sense to me. That's probably why I don't remember nothing. I remember it's a lion movie that said it was a ghost movie. That's about all I remember. And who's in it?
I guess Lion King is scary if you're a little kid.
Well, to kill your daddy, that'll get to you. I'm an old man. That get to me.
Lots of good monsters. Well, but James Bond, I guess, is done. That's the last one they're going to make, right? So they'll never take on the lion.
No, it's the last one he's going to make. They'll find some young fella and start over again. That's what they always do. But that's the last one Craig's going to do. And I want to go see it, but I ain't going to. It'll be on TV before Christmas. You wait and see.
So that was a good entertainment news segment, Jackie, and I'm proud of you for keeping up with those box office scores.
Talking about monsters, and Lord knows I know it don't need to be near Halloween for me and you to talk about monsters, but it is getting spooky scare time, and that's when monsters are most loved.
It's true. They go to the store. Look at all the cereal. Wear your mask. All the cereal got monsters on it now. Addams Family, it's all monsters. You can't have, this is a new part of Halloween, Jackie. And I guess it started because everybody loves old Boo Berry, Frankenberry. Those are also good monsters for James Bond to take on. Count Chocula, all of them. People said, oh, you know what? Cereal's part of Halloween. Why we make cereal? Why don't we make put monsters on our cereal?
It's sugar, and for children, it's Halloween. That's it. You got to find a Snoopy or something to put on it. Halloween time, what am I going to put? I'm going to put monsters all over it. Yeah.
See, all the cereals got monsters on them now. That way Blueberry don't get all the business. I guess that's how it works.
Who's the only one that went off in a franchise cereal and still is Fred Flintstone the only one? Because everybody's had their cereal at one time and they had their own cereal at one time or another. But Fred Flintstone you still get Cocoa Pebbles. He's the only one still on the box, right? That's been a long time.
Don't they also make vitamins? How does the Flintstones stay?
I don't know. Whoever his agent, manager, whatever he is, knows what he's doing. Because you're right. I forgot about vitamins. He got vitamins and cereal, and ain't gone away.
Do people love the Flintstones, or
I don't? Do kids like it?
I don't know.
I guess they like a cereal at this point. It's been so long. Oh, that's a cereal caveman. That's all you know him from.
Do kids know that that's a cartoon?
That's what I'm saying. They don't. They just know it's a cereal. You know, they've had a John Goodman. Because kids love that movie. Remember when that come out? All kids love that. Went on and on about that. When the real life Flintstones came out. Remember?
Is Flintstones the thing that's been around the longest that we can't figure out if kids like it or not?
That and Scooby-Doo both, I guess.
Scooby-Doo kids like because it's got ghosts and dogs.
Yeah, well.
Fred Flintstone, well, it's got dinosaurs kind of.
Dinosaur. Yeah. They don't really do nothing. I mean, except a crane or something like that. You know, they don't. Usually you like a ghost because it scare you. Usually you like a dinosaur because it chase and eat you. But they don't do none of that in Flintstone. They just serve food or whatever. You know, they put them all to work. That's supposed to be funny. After you see 2 episodes of Flintstone, after I never did like it. First off, that's the honeymooners, which I didn't like it. So why am I going to like it if a caveman? That ain't going to make me like it. And then every show, they got a dinosaur in the dishwasher, a dinosaur at the, pumping gas or whatever it is. That joke gets old, making a dinosaur do something.
Critique of capitalism.
That's what it is, yeah. But I get.
I'll have a rose beside it.
They didn't have no gas in it. I said pumping gas because their feet, they just roll around in the feet. I sure do know a lot about Flintstone for not liking it, though. See, that says a lot right there. How come I probably ain't ever watched, but 2, when it come on way back how long? He's old as hell, too. I know it's caveman, but I'm talking about when it come out.
I mean, it's old enough for them to smoke cigarettes in the commercials on it. But they have commercials on it.
I probably only watched 2 shows of Flintstones my entire life, and I told everything there is to know about them right there.
You know what's strange is our friend Tommy Cash from Arkansas sent us some Flintstones stuff recently about doing a Game of Thrones style prequel 1,000 years before Flintstones called Flintstones Origins Game of Stones, featuring Daenerys Targaryen as the mother of dinosaurs. I hope I was supposed to just throw that out there for anybody to take. It's weird. I guess Flintstones are in the air, Jackie. I bet this Halloween you're going to go outside and see a bunch of little kids dressed up like Barney Rubble.
It's just, who are you? I'm a serial caveman. That's what they say. It ain't on TV nowhere. Of course, I got cable. I got 8 million damn channels. I'm sure Flintstones on somewhere. But it ain't on a channel. I guarantee you that children are watching all the time.
I just don't think that kids like shows with middle-aged main characters who bowl.
I'm middle-aged. I don't bowl, but I didn't like it. I don't know why a kid would. Like I said, you watch a dinosaur do this, do that. Oh, he shoehorn dinosaur, shoe rack, whatever you did with him. And after a while, garbage disposal dinosaur, you just get tired of it. All right, I get it.
Jackie, how old do you think you are? middle aged. What do you think? You're 36?
When it come on, I might have been middle aged. When it first come on, how many years ago was that?
Barn, we gotta go to. I wish I could do Fred Flintstone. That's one of the big. He said, even the voices, they don't even sound like something a kid would like.
No.
It sounds like, oh, here comes.
Well, when it come
Uncle
on,
Carl.
it didn't come on for kids when it come on. When it come on.
That's right. They were ripping off adult things, so they put it in adult time.
That's right. I remember when it come on. But the kids liked it still back then because you didn't have, it wasn't but 3 damn channels. And you're lucky to get however many cartoons you can get on the TV. So sure, they watched it, but they didn't have the options like they do now. Nowadays, you tell a kid you want Fred Flintstone, you want Pokemon, or you want, whatever the other thing is.
Bluey.
What is it?
Bluey.
Yeah,
Bluey.
I don't know what it is.
And little dogs. They talk Australian.
Okay. I ain't seen that one, but yeah.
You like it?
What do you mean? I ain't seen it. What do you mean?
Well, the idea of it. Do you like
a dog talking Australian that's got potential? Yeah. But I ain't seen it. I don't know what to do.
I've told you a bunch of things over the years that you'd never seen. You're like, nah, I don't want to say it.
Says, well, I'm telling you right now,
it's got me.
That Australian dog got potential. If he's like anything like old, Crocodile Dundee, I like him. I used to. The kids definitely don't like Crocodile Dundee.
You might as well put Crocodile Dundee on some fucking cereal as Fred Flintstone.
It ain't there. What's the difference?
It's about the same thing. There's a moment where kids like, it happens a lot. Remember, Bob Uecker was in a bunch of commercials. I just seen one, a beer commercial with Rodney Dangerfield, Mickey Spillane, Bob Uecker. Kids knew who Bob Uecker was. I don't know if that happens anymore. I think kids know like everything's computer generated. Nobody's gonna know who like a 56-year-old man is. What were we talking about? Bob Uecker?
You should bring up Bob Uecker. I like to think of a beer commercial. Yeah. He was funny though. Everybody mean to him, right? Remember he said, he always made me laugh. Old Bob Uecker.
I'm in the front row.
Him, I don't know why they never did put him in because they both same thing. Rodney Dangerfield need respect. Nobody respect.
They did. I just watched one.
Did they put them together? That makes sense in there. See, there you go. Somebody knew what they was doing back then. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Rodney. Hey, listen, folks, you don't need me to recite a bunch of old beer commercials to you to enjoy this podcast or to talk about the Flintstones for 15 minutes. You're here for the news. And Jackie, I will admit, I did not get, it's like one of those unplanned vacations people talk when there's a scandal. I didn't have a scandal. I just decided to go off party. And I may have a scandal once I start remembering or some paperwork makes its way through agencies. But right now, I'm here saying I did not get to pay attention to the goings on of the great America and country America. And I'm asking Jackie, hit me. I know we've been through a lot these past few years. It's depressing as hell. It's scary. I don't like it, but I can handle it. If you're trying to spare my feelings, if you're trying to keep me from having a panic attack, don't fret. I'm strong. I have a good constitution that can withstand any attack, unlike this nation. So go ahead, Jackie, and hit me with it. Let's go. Give me that news.
What news?
I don't know. Did you hear any news? Did you not pay attention?
I don't have to go partying and do drugs to not want to watch CNN. I thought I made that clear.
So
I know. Okay, they sent Captain Kirk to space for real this time. They did that.
Are you sure that wasn't something you saw when you were high and ain't real?
Listen, they sent Captain Kirk to space for real.
I thought I saw something about that, but I was pretty sure I was hallucinating.
It wasn't. I know. Listen to me. I know he goes to space. I know that's what Captain Kirk does. On every one of them goes to space. But in real world, he's old as hell. They set him up. Of course, you ain't got to do like everybody kept saying. Oh, you see the old man in space. You put a seatbelt on him. You see the old man anywhere. He just go sit there. He float a little bit and he come back down. They're like, oh, he's so old. Oh, he's so old. Oldest man into space. And you can strap anybody in a seat. It's like an oldest man on the bus. You see an old man on a bus every damn day. I know going to space is a big deal, but still, it ain't that. He don't do nothing. He don't go outside on the way. He don't fix it. He don't pilot. He sit there with the Amazon man, and they go up to space for 5 minutes and come back down and have a big time.
Who do you think had a worse time, Amazon man or Captain Kirk?
I don't know which one of those egos is. Whoever was on there with them.
But I mean, also, you can't stand it if they're not space cowboys, Clint Eastwood, James Garner.
I am.
Doing things. Everybody can't be Clint Eastwood. Some old people wind up being Captain Kirk.
Well, that's true, yeah.
So I don't know what you want him to do. He can't. He'd fuck it up, and then he'd blame George Takei. So he ain't going to. What they needed to do was keep him strapped in there. Not let him loose to fix them. Maybe he wanted to fix some panels that flew off, but they wisely said, no, Captain Kirk, you have to sit here and try to sell your new album. Don't get up. Would you go space?
Huh?
If Jeff Bezos called you up, said, Jackie?
If there were more old people, like if you put Clint Eastwood, me, and Captain Kirk, and who another old person need to go to space? Yeah, you don't feel as awkward. You going on the bus.
Jimmy Carter?
Go to Vegas or something or whatever it is, y'all. Jimmy Carter, there you go. Jimmy Carter.
Because he could fix something.
Well, he could, but he don't have to. And the point is, you sit there. I ain't saying the old people pilot it. We just sit there. That's all you do is sit there. Look
Maybe
out
they
the
show
window.
you that.
You look out the window. Oh, look, the Earth.
Maybe they could show you that new James Bond as an in-flight entertainment.
I'd look at it, but I'd rather be looking, see Mars or whatever it is. You look at moon or something.
Biden.
What?
Put Biden up there.
He's old enough to go. Put him up there.
So is it you have to be? I told you I haven't been paying attention. You got to be old to go into space now, or a billionaire? Is that it?
One of the two. Or be on a TV show back space for a long time or whatever. Keep Biden here. Send Joe Manchin up there.
He'd ruin it for everybody.
He would, yeah.
Hey, we're going to look out the window and see the Earth. No, I don't want to see the Earth, so I'm going to keep everybody else from seeing the Earth. Pulls the blind down. Hey, I got these anti-gravity blinds. The coal companies paid for them. I don't think we should look at the Earth from space. I'm going to keep everybody else from doing it. Fred Flintstone in space. Did they do that one?
Oh,
he met George Jetson, I'm pretty sure.
He met George Jetson. That's just the future. He wasn't necessarily in space, was he? Did he live in space or did he live?
I can't tell. They drive spaceships around.
Yeah. Plus, Fred Flintstone had a little green spaceman on his shoulder all the time. I forget his name. I don't remember. I know way too much for something I don't like, I tell you.
Great Gazoo. I know you're getting into the weeds on the... George, how do you feel about the Jetsons? You like that show better? Oh, boy, oh, boy. That's how he talked.
I don't like that. What was it a ripoff of? Was it a ripoff of something?
I'm sure it was.
Well, Dick Van Dyke show or something? What was it?
I don't know. Did he make Sprockets? Spacely Sprockets.
Spacely Sprockets. I don't know. That one is 100 meters. The other one was, I don't know.
Don't get upset.
Well, I did like either one of them. Like I said, I'm sitting there like, how much time have I spent? I mean, not just now talking on here. Now you're supposed to think about stuff and talk about it. But I'm wondering in my real life, like how often have I sat and wondered why he was on a cereal box or why he did this or why I did that. That's a waste. They should have never put the thought in my head. It's a waste of time for everybody, I think, except for people who got paid to make it. Other than that, ain't no reading for no Fred Flintstone or none of it.
This is pretty good. We didn't have to talk about them pledging allegiance to that 1-6 flag.
Yeah, a flag would probably beat up a policeman with, yeah.
That's how you know that you're not hallucinating the news when it's so terrible. Like Captain Kirk going into space, I was like, well, where's the death of democracy? I mean, I guess Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, he's part of it, yeah.
Sure. But other than that, it wasn't just so outlandishly awful that it made me want to, jump out of a spaceship. It just made me go, oh, that's weird. And that's why I thought, well, it must be all this partying I'm doing. It turns out, I guess that was true. But we don't have to talk about it. Maybe now we just do a new thing where we mention things instead of actually talking about it.
Sure.
It's is that worse?
I don't think anybody relies on you or me, and if they do, they shouldn't, to keep them abreast of what's happening in this world. I don't think that's our responsibility, and that's for not from us. That's for your benefit. Don't go read. Don't listen to us. Don't watch Cuomo either. But I guess between us and Cuomo, we're going to learn about the same amount. So that you take your pick.
We just had it off. Well, that was, thanks, Jackie. Another great episode of No News Update.
Uh-huh.
So back to you, Jackie.
No, they talk a bit. It ain't like that. It's like,
well, how's everything?
They go on. I love you, brother. I love you.
Right.
I love you too.
Hey, speaking of brothers, how's your brother, Chris Cuomo? How's he doing? You help him lately? No, nobody cares about Chris Cuomo. I think people care less about Chris Cuomo than Fred Flintstone.
I'm going to say you're right about that. And if they ever put him on a cereal, I'll vomit just thinking about pouring milk on it.
You wouldn't eat Cuomo's?
Hell no. It's sponsor time.
Jackie, I've been partying. I hadn't been paying no attention to sponsors.
Well, you got to pay attention. Did you get your $25?
Yeah, I collected $25, but I said, I'm partying.
Right.
Okay. Don't tell me anything I got to remember. Don't give me nothing I need to keep track of.
All right.
Don't hand me no money.
If they give you $25 while you carry it on like that, you just gonna spend it on more of it.
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
I told them, I said, don't expect this to last long in my pocket.
Well, thank goodness we don't just rely on local Murfreesboro sponsors, which we do to keep this show up and running. We also rely on our many listeners that go over to our Patreon page, and we thank you kindly. We may have been partying, or I wouldn't, he was, but we still managed to make sure we get one of those up for y'all. We thank you kindly, and we're going to try to keep things back on track, do the best we can here. But we appreciate each and every one of you. Yeah, we put up a 20 extra minutes, and that's for it's a subscribe. It's not subscribers. What is it? Patrons. Yes. Go. People are kind enough to give us anything, whether it's a quarter or $1. God bless you. Thank you kindly. appreciate it much. But if you happen to be able to give us $5 or more a month, you're going to get a whole extra 20 minutes over there on that. So we'll make sure you keep getting those. We'll be doing one of those later. We'll try to make a spooky scare for Halloween. But right now on here, it's time for local sponsors. And I tell you what, I got a good sponsor, but I'm getting fed up with it all. I don't know how to feel about none of this. I told people to calm down, put the brakes on, so to speak. People getting upset, people getting angry at each other, just like a country right now, just like a whole damn country. Put the brakes on. That's what Joe Manchin says. Slow things up. Hold up, everybody. Let's come together. At least me and Cinema, in a way. The rest of y'all can stick it. Anyhow, this here's local sponsor, local news, and I'm sure if you from around here, you know everything that's going on. My sponsor is Bone Drip, local band, been playing forever, been playing years around here. Everybody like them good. Well, not everybody likes them. Everybody did like them until our mayor, Jesus the Skeleton, he's not the actual Jesus Skeleton. He played a role for children, teaching them a gospel, but even in that, he wasn't the actual Jesus. It wasn't Jesus the Skeleton. That went up to heaven, like everybody knows. If you read the good book, you know that for sure. These were magic bones, or they were magic after Jesus has touched them, and they get up and sing and dance for him. And then Jesus the Skeleton went with him everywhere. And that's right. It's a story to get children into. But anyhow,
why is that the story? I mean, I guess because there's a skeleton and there's dancing in it. I don't remember if we talked about this when we first started talking about Jesus the Skeleton, but I just hearing you describe it that way, it just doesn't sound like anything kids would like.
Well, name one child that likes a Sunday school lesson.
Nerds.
Well, all right. I should put it the other way. Name one Sunday school lesson that any children liked.
Nerd. Kid. Okay, let's rank them. Which Sunday school lessons do kids like the most? Noah's Ark got all the animals on.
Well, yeah.
Threat of getting eaten by the MGM lion.
Well,
history's most famous monster.
Well, I don't.
Whale. Jonah and the Whale.
Jonah and the Whale's good.
Eaten by a monster.
Snake, good. In the garden, talking dirty. Snake is a monster. Yeah, devil. Yeah.
Okay, so are you saying a talking snake is a monster?
And then Jesus getting put on the cross. Kids
I didn't like it. That scared me.
Kids love it when you nail a man to. I mean, the story of it, not the actual doing it, but that's part of it, Whatever it is, whatever brings you close to God, so be it. It could be any or all the above, as long as it gets you nose in the good book where it belongs, I think. But our good mayor, Jesus Skeleton, who doesn't necessarily still do his Jesus Skeleton, the name just stuck in it, Oh, there's Jesus Skeleton, Mayor Jesus Skeleton. Good Lord, make sure you put the mayor on it. He'll huff and puff over that, but he's huffing and puffing over a whole lot. Now, I didn't understand why till you explained the personal aspect of this, but I'm trying to stay out of that. I ain't going to talk about personal aspects. I'm going to talk about what the entire town, if you're a mayor and you want Murfreesboro to prosper and do better, just like old Joe Biden wants a country to, you got to go to Bone Drip, the band, just like Biden trying to go to Joe Manchin Cinema, and that's awful. Bone Drip's a lot better than them two, let me tell you. But he don't want to do that. Already, Bone Drip wasn't allowed to set foot. Well, they live here. They're allowed to set foot, but they're not allowed to be together on a stage playing music in Rutherford County, Murfreesboro. Ain't allowed to be here. He pushed them out. They were playing up in Smyrna at Scantley's Getaway Hole Beer Bar, Food, beer bar food, and billiards. They were doing real good. People were going over there, going to see him. Everything be fine. He's still trying to keep him out of Murfreesboro, trying to get him to, I guess, change the name. I don't know what it is because he's having the bone drop this Halloween. They're bringing it back, brand new crane. They drop all the bones. The children and the families to run out to get the bones, put them together. Fresh skeleton, fun and games for everybody. And he thinks bone drip sounds too much like bone drop, which is he's trying to bring back, make popular. But come together, have them there, bone drop together. Everybody having a big time on Halloween, but it ain't gonna be that way. And I ain't saying who started it, but it seemed like someone that said you can't play here no more. Seemed like they kind of started a little bit, or you can't have that name. That's how it seemed to me, but I ain't gonna go no further than that. But once it started, then, you know, a new thing on the radio, everybody's playing it. And they're playing it even on the phones, on the YouTubes and whatever else. They hit the button and you can hear him play it. Jesus is Smelleton, which is doesn't look too kindly on the, doesn't mention him by name. It changes skeleton to Smelleton, but you get the point. So evidently that playing everywhere around there, that didn't please Mayor Jesus Skeleton too much. So he went so far to get with Smyrna's mayor. And they can't even play in Smyrna now. They have to go all the way up to Hermitage to Brenda's Barstool, which is where that's my sponsor. They're playing there this weekend. You come a weekend, go see Bone Drip up at Brenda's Barstool and Hermitage. But they having to go there. Mayor Jesus Skeleton got with Smyrna's mayor. And they saw I don't know what they offered them and made some sort of deal or whatever, but now Bone Drip can't even play in Smyrna. All because of Smyrna's mayor, Jesus' organs. Now, it's not Jesus' organs in his body. They up in heaven. It's Jesus' organs that he played hymnals on. That's where he got that name. But anyhow.
Jesus could play the piano.
Are you doubt the Son of God can't play an instrument? If you could bring someone back to life and walk on water, I'm pretty sure you can sit down and play a song or two.
I just didn't know that was in his repertoire.
Well, it's not per se in the Bible precisely, but if you teach it in pretty much, it's a prerequisite in order to be elected to any office in the state of Tennessee. You've had to have taught Bible school at some point in time, whether just for a weekend or not. Of course, that's how it stuck with him. No, there's Jesus' organ. I'm going to play Jesus' organs. We're all going to sing a song, Jesus Loves Me, and whatever other hymn. But anyhow, that's
does he dress up like an organ, like Jesus' skeleton dressed up like Jesus' skeleton?
No, it's two different things. He sit down on thing and play it. Like he said, these are Jesus' organs. So that was
Are they?
Thing. Everything's, if it's in a church, it belongs to Jesus, don't it?
Yeah, you were about to say, no, they ain't. Jesus didn't. They didn't want organs around back in. Jesus didn't play the organ.
They had different things. They didn't.
We're all participating in this giant fantasy. Not wanting to offend nobody.
Don't start that. Just let me get through the damn sponsor without trying to offend me and everybody else.
If Jesus could play the organ, and Jesus come back, and he come to the First Baptist Church down in Woodbury somewhere, and the organist, old lady, dropped dead from excitement.
Why?
But the rest of the church wanted to carry on the celebration with celebratory hymns. Would Jesus bring the organist back to life to celebrate his returning to earth with the First Baptist Church of Woodbury? Or would he sit down and rock the house?
He could do both.
Oh, they just sit down side by side. I guess he could just poof himself up a new organ and play that.
If he can make a thing of bones stand up and dance around and heal people, then, you know, he can play the organ and everything else as far as I'm concerned.
I didn't know that there was this whole Jesus. I didn't know Jesus could play the piano. Honestly.
He don't necessarily does, but you're going to say he can't? He's a Son of God. He's God himself. Of course he could play. You wouldn't have the idea to sit down and make a piano if it weren't for Lord giving you the idea in your head.
Also, when you say Jesus' organ, it sounds like you're talking about his junk.
Watch your mouth.
And also, this, I know it's just a sort of an aside here in your sponsor, but What's the story of Jesus' Oregon getting elected mayor? Like, who did he run against?
That's Smyrna. I don't have the history of Smyrna. I talk about Murfreesboro. Smyrna.
I just think there might be maybe we should start a second podcast.
Well,
Smyrna
all
sponsors.
I know is he used to teach Bible school and he did Jesus' Oregon story and it stuck with him just like Jesus.
What is that story?
It's time to sing hymn. Let's play it on Jesus' organs. I don't know. I wasn't there. I barely know the Jesus skeleton story.
You talking about organ like Liberace would play or something with a little syncopated?
I don't know. He's a mayor now, so what does it matter? He don't do it no more. He's too busy telling Bone Drip they can't play anywhere.
How would you get people to vote for you if your name is Jesus' Organs and you had this whole made up story about they voted for Trump?
Well, everybody needs to bring the temperature down in the whole country. You said Trump, but still, besides, they ain't going to do those people crazy. You can't talk to them. But I'm saying in this situation, just locally, what little I got to deal with, I can't even get people to wear a damn mask. How am I going to get them to quit fighting over all this stuff? I don't know, but I got to try. I'm still alive, still drawing air. Best I can do is try to make the world a little better place in the smallest little way I can. Of course, ain't nobody listening to me because, of course, Bone Drip got a new song out. Everybody's playing it on the phone, radio, wherever else, called Boycott Bone Drop. Just making it worse. That's what I think. I mean, it's a good song. I tap my foot to it. It's not the song itself. It's the words. It's the intent behind it. And I don't know why you want to cancel. Bone Drop is fun. We hadn't done it in years. It's safe now. Crane's working. Completely new crane. Nothing's going to fall off of it. Nothing's going to injure anyone. Safety precautions have been taken. And I'm looking forward to a good bone drop on Halloween. I wish Bone Drip were too. I wish Mayor Jesus Skeleton would quit using his influences on Smyrna Mayor Jesus Organs. Let them play wherever they want to. They wouldn't have to play in Smyrna or Hermitage if you just let them come back Halloween. Let's have big Halloween. Let's all have big Halloween together. Come on now.
Now, if they have Halloween, though, if they do a Halloween, let's say that this goes the way things often do here in Murfreesboro. There's a lot of turmoil. Then at the end, everybody gets back together. We come through. We recognize each other's humanity. In the very end, we stave off calamity for another few months. But if Bone Drip comes to play the Bone Drop, people are going to want to hear their last two hits, Jesus is Skeleton and Boycott Bone Drip. I don't know why you'd want to boycott yourself, but everybody's going to want to hear that.
Not boycott Bone Drip, boycott Bone Drop.
Oh, that's even worse than they ain't going to let them play that.
Not at the thing. It's too late.
It's a JMO.
Change the words on it.
Celebrate Bone Drop.
How easy is that to fix?
I mean, I just did it.
I know.
It's real easy.
It's real easy, yeah.
It didn't take me any time to think of that at all.
No.
You heard it in real time. My brain just clicked into action and just whirred out a response that would take some people that sit down with a notebook and a pencil try to figure that out. I just said it.
Yeah.
Did you hear it?
Right here, wasn't I? Again, it's pretty easy. Like you said, it wasn't like I mean,
now that I think about it,
anybody could have thought that. Really.
Pretty impressive.
Well, you the one that happened to be talking on here right now, so I guess you get credit. But I'm sure plenty of other people have said it.
Well, I don't know about that. To me, I think we just had a breakthrough. Society wants.
Well, either way, it ain't us. It ain't us that need to have a breakthrough. It's Bone Drip and Mayor Jesus Skeleton. And I guess now Mayor Jesus Organ. They need to figure this out. Why can't we all enjoy Halloween?
I don't know.
Can't enjoy nothing anymore. That's just what true. It is. You got to be mad about something. So be it. I'm trying to do my part. Trying to talk a little common sense. If you want to listen, please do. If you don't, so be it. Nothing I can do about it.
I almost called you Jesus.
Why?
I guess it's the beard. I almost said Jesus. I got a sponsor this week. I'd like to do a podcast with Jesus. I got a lot of questions for him. Jackie, I got a sponsor this week that I think you're really gonna Jesus. I have been trying to put it all together. What is the through line here? You should see my room here at Klopp Shushers. I got Post-it notes and twine. You know how in movies they get some string or some yarn or
that's like old Beautiful Minds Mash Shack. Yeah, Mash Shack out back.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful Minds, yeah. It's Beautiful Minds, but it also does terrible things. That's what the saying I think was in the movie. Beautiful Mind does terrible things. Drown a baby. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it left a baby in a bathtub, almost drowned it.
Oh, I didn't see it.
You see, oh, it's good. He's good. Russell Crowe's good in that. He's crazy as hell. Yeah. I mean, it ain't funny. But
that's 40 damn years ago, probably.
Yeah, it's an old movie, but
sometimes
good.
I think stuff is new and it turns out to be old.
Well, he back in there. He had that yarn everywhere, numbers everywhere.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I got that up here. I'm trying to figure it all out. We got
or he dreamed it one. I don't remember for sure. He might have dreamed it all, but he definitely almost drowned the baby. That's real because she about had enough at that point. Anybody would at that point.
That don't make me want to see it.
Oh, it's just a minute. It ain't the whole movie. Him drowning the baby. It's just him almost doing it for a few minutes. It ain't the whole thing.
I mean,
he just left the water running in a bathtub. He wasn't like let's kill his baby. He just got busy being crazy and left a baby in a bathtub. Left the water running, huh?
I don't want to watch that. A whole movie of drowning a baby in a bathtub?
It's just a minute in it. I said it ain't a whole movie of him putting the.
Well, you got to run the water.
It's
got to make sure it's not too hot or too. Listen, no way. I ain't wasting my time with it.
Fine, don't watch it. What's your damn sponsor? Don't watch Beautiful. Beautiful Mind does terrible things, but it's good. It's good.
Sounds like it.
Russell Crowe's good.
I got it. Did you see that new Batman trailer?
I ain't seen it yet.
It's kind of like a sign. I know people have said this. I have to agree. Why you put the penguin in it, and then you make what's his name the penguin, and he looks funny in it. What's his name?
I don't know.
The penguin. He plays the penguin in the new Batman.
I don't like Batman no more. I ain't like Batman since 1990 something. I don't like it.
What was the last one you liked?
It had the penguin in it. It had old Taxi Penguin in it.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That Taxi Penguin, he's a good one. This penguin is, I can't think of his name. He has eyebrows and he's Irish.
Well.
A good full head of hair.
Van Morrison, he'd be good.
No.
Oh, he ain't got full head.
That's what it looks like. And they dress him up, this handsome young lad, dress him up to look like Van Morrison.
Why not just get Van Morrison?
I don't know. Well,
he ought to look like he's short, squat, bald-headed, crazy.
He's canceled now. They canceled Van Morrison.
They canceled him from, he wouldn't wear a mask or singing or something.
Yeah, and told everybody else not to and don't get vaccinated or something. I don't know. But now whenever you hear whatever, Moondance, be like, that motherfucker. Same with Eric Clapton. Remember they used to say Clapton is God. You're like, well, God ain't a dumbass. Is Eric Clapton just a terrible person? Oh, he is.
Yeah, probably.
I still don't remember who the penguin is, but if you're going to dress somebody up like a character actor, why don't you just get a character actor to do it? Or Van Morrison. But then Van Morrison would just be like, Batman shows up and Van Morrison's like, I told you I hate masks.
He drinking all the time. After he drunk, real penguin busy trying to do crime. Van Morrison just be sitting in the corner, drunk as hell, hollering at people.
Yeah, why would you go see that? I don't want to see that. I don't want to see 2 hours of that. I ain't gonna watch that movie.
I want to
watch Russell Crowe.
I like watch Batman beat the hell out of a drunk, running his mouth. That'd be good.
So there's Batman in a bar. That's basically every which way but loose way it starts. Jackie, this week on Turner Classic Movies, they showed The Gambler starring Kenny Rogers.
Oh, that's good, yeah. Which one?
Turner Classic Movies.
Which one was it? They made 5 or 6
The Gambler. The first The Gambler.
He plays a lot of games, though. There's a lot of movies. He plays cards, every one of them, I think.
I don't think this movie, The Gambler, had anything to do with the song The Gambler. I didn't see no old man fall asleep and die.
Huh.
I guess that's a short movie. And then they showed Every Which Way But Loose on Turner Classic Movies.
It's a classic. It is. Now, I know we pick on Clint Eastwood a lot. You could pick on somebody and point out their flaws and still appreciate how they entertain you.
We did a whole redneck matinee on Every Which Way But Loose and Any Which Way You Can.
Yep.
That's up on all the podcast places. And a recent 20 Extra Minutes, we talked about how they should remake or make a third Every Which Way But Loose You Can. We even had a name for it, which I already forgot. Was that the last one we did or the one before that? It should all be about him not being able to drive. But that's what Ruth Gordon went through, and I don't remember if we talked about that in the 20 Extra Minutes. So this podcast is about my memory loss. So go listen to 20 Extra Minutes about Clint Eastwood, the third movie. We plotted the whole thing out, and if you just watched it on Turner Classic Movies, well, there you go. Now you can see what the third installment of that would be about. And then tell us, because we don't remember.
I don't remember, yeah.
So I'm trying to figure it out. I got this Russell Crowe board. Well, I can't call it that no more because I'm just going to think about that poor baby. So I'm just going to call it serial killer.
She got home in time to get the baby out. He didn't kill it. He almost had a baby.
Where was she?
At work or something. Somebody had to pay bills. He's out in the back, taping up yarn and writing number down, talking to people.
That's what I'm doing back here. I'm taping up yarn, and I've got a picture.
It's really her fault. If you think about it, I know you try to make ends meet and you can't hire, and that's child care. That's what Joe Manchin don't want or something. He trying to stop a child care.
So really, it's Joe Manchin's fault.
Joe Manchin, go back to him. Of course, this take place years ago where they didn't have no child care. But he's the last person you want to leave baby with if he's
Joe
out
Manchin is. That's for sure.
That too, yeah. He have a baby out on his boat. He live on a boat. Joe Manchin, like, live on a houseboat.
That's two places a baby can drown, a boat or a bathtub.
Bathtub, that's true. You don't want it either one. But, yeah, don't leave Russell Crowe. That wanted Beautiful Minds are a terrible thing.
But listen, here's the difference. Russell Crowe in Beautiful Mind does not want to drown a baby. Joe Manchin, if everybody else doesn't want him to drown the baby, he'll be like, well, if, for fiscal responsibility reasons, I got to drown this fucking baby. So I'm just going to drop it off the
Watch your mouth.
Boat. So I got a picture up here of Jesus' skeleton, Mayor Murfreesboro. I got a picture up here of, I didn't know his name, but now I do. Mayor Jesus' Oregon.
Smyrna, yeah.
Mayor of Smyrna. Got a picture of Dennis Drip, Bone Drip, Dennis Drip and the Bone Drip Experience.
I am.
Got a picture up here of my roommates who live here with me in the Klopschuster's boarding house.
You still down in the basement? Those people?
They're my friends. Katie Cupp, Jesus' skeleton's niece, who got knocked up by Dennis Drip, which caused all the bad blood to begin.
Personal. I didn't want to get into that. I didn't want to say it. I thank you for reminding everybody, but I'm trying to stay out of that.
I got a picture of baby Bone Drip Drop.
Yeah.
This genius baby is my friend. Baby's my friend.
Can play music like anybody business. What I hear him.
Well, it's got Mayor Jesus' skeleton's blood in it, so it's got the skeleton blood, so it's real good at putting skeletons together. And it's got Dennis Drip in it, and can play anything. It can play on a xylophone made out of bones, or it can play on a real xylophone with bones. Katie Cupp taught Baby Bone Drip Drop to play You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch is a Halloween song because it's the scariest song she knows. That's another monster that doesn't get credit. Mean monster, come in your house. It's heart withered and small. Got them green furry claws. Scary song. Baby Bone Drip Drop play that song. And Benjamin Cott dancing around doing the leprechaun dance. Got a picture of that scene, that tableau. I got, Jerry Couch from Meatball Cereal and all the other folks that live here in Klopshushers. Silly. Silent Abner. The only one down here gives me the creeps. Silent Abner. Got a picture of the last scary practice where Benjamin Cott, the leprechaun impersonator, was doing his leprechaun dance and
no
baby bone drip drop. And I'm like, what is going on? What is the piece that's going to reunite? I got a picture of the crane from the last skeleton drop. Murfreesboro has been through some rough times, and just like the rest of this nation, and it deserves a good skeleton drop this Halloween. Dennis Drip, we all know what they've been through. Bone Drip. They're kind of having a comeback right now with their last two hits, Mayor Jesus, Smelleton, and damn old
boycott Bone Drop.
Why would they want to boycott themselves, though? That's the part that I don't understand.
It's drop, not drip.
Drop.
That's
right. You got to admit, it's a little confusing.
Well, that's how all this started, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know who wants to drip or drop the most out of all of them now.
I don't either, Jackie. Now, look at this. I'm like, we got a genius baby just waiting to play with his daddy. We got a mayor just wanting to reunite the town with a famous old tradition where kids, we drop a bunch of bones and kids put them together, and if they get a free skeleton. And yet I just feel like it's not going to happen this time. I just don't want to deny everybody a happy Halloween ending. And I'm like, well, what is the key? What can bring everybody together?
Yeah, that's what I've been saying. Yeah.
And I just keep coming back to this Zoom call with you and leprechaun impersonator Benjamin Cott.
That ain't got nothing to do with none of it. How's me talking to leprechaun gonna make anything better? It ain't.
Jackie,
not for me anyway.
Just a leprechaun impersonator.
I don't care. I don't even like watching the movies that get under my skin. Leprechaun in the hood scared me to death. Leprechaun in space scared me all of it. I don't want to see none of it, and I definitely don't want to zoom on it.
Well, okay. That's what I told him. And he said, both of you are leaders in the community.
What? I ain't no damn leader or nothing. I ain't ever heard of him. So till you start talking about him, so I don't know what kind of leader he is. The silent one.
Get together and hash it out. So he is.
Why am I gotta hash it out? I ain't one. I'm wanting everybody to drop and drip. I want everybody to do it on Halloween all together. I ain't trying to stop nothing.
Well, you're the one that keeps maligning him, saying he's a real leprechaun.
I didn't say he was.
Motives.
Even if he just act like one, that bothers me enough. I don't want to see it. I don't know what he is. You say he's sitting there trying to talk and act like a leprechaun, and I said, well, thank you very much. I don't have nothing to do with that. And I don't see how me zoom on him is going to make anything any better on Halloween. He ain't got nothing to do with it as far as I know, and I sure as hell don't, other than taking $25 to talk about it on here.
Well, he is insisting that he talk to you, Jackie. So he's over there. He's on his way there.
He can all he wants. Let him sit. He can insist all day and night. Fine. Let him do it.
He says he's in there.
In what? In what?
He says he let himself in. He's down there somewhere. He sent me a picture. It's like the back of your head. You doing this?
He ain't done no such thing. He ain't nobody in here. No.
It looks like he's in that creepy old closet hole.
He ain't no. Better not be anybody here.
He just wants to talk to you.
Anybody in here, you getting an ass for a buckshot, leprechaun, real or not?
You can't shoot a leprechaun, Jackie. Fast.
Well,
smart.
We'll find out if he's a real leprechaun or not, if anybody's in here, you better not be in there. Better not be nobody in there.
He just came to talk, Jackie. All he wants to do
You don't break into someone's house to talk to him. Period.
He said the door was open.
No.
Well, I mean, he said the door was open.
No, it wasn't. It ain't. There ain't nobody in here. He better not be in here if he wants to keep on living. He better not be in here.